Good evening, everyone. Welcome to your favorite Mr. GST's lectures. We were discussing chapter number 7, registration, and we are done with that. And also, we have discussed Rule 86B, the new rule. So, we are done with that. So, hope you have revised chapter 7, registration, the notes which has been shared to you yesterday, right?
Yes, sir.
How many of you revised? Please raise your hands. Okay. Right. So please, those who have not revised yet, please make sure you're revising them tomorrow at least. Fine. So don't delay. Fine. Today we are going to start with chapter number 3, charge. So let us discuss chapter 3, charge. So in chapter 3, we will be discussing section number 9 and section number 10 actually. So today we will finish those two topics. Time permits, right? So that is our agenda for the day, right? So we'll discuss section 9 and section 10. So section 9 especially, we'll be discussing section 9 subsection 3. Do you remember what is section 9?
Charge of use. Charge of use.
Section 9 is the charging section. Section 9 is the charging section. What do you mean by charging section in any particular act?
Imposing the tax.
Charging section is nothing but the section which gives the power to the government to levy tax. Clear? So the government should derive power from a law to impose tax. So in any act, the section which gives such power to the government is called charging section. Clear? Shall we proceed? Right. So section 9 subsection 1 says that we are discussing only CGST Act in our syllabus. Please understand.
Okay.
So because of that, section 9 subsection 1 says that on all interstate supply of goods or services or both except alcoholic liquor for human consumption, there shall be levied a tax called CGST at such rates as may be notified but not exceeding 20%, and the value shall be determined as per section 15, and it shall be paid in such manner as may be specified. Whatever. Right? That means, sir, on all interstate supply of goods or services or both except alcoholic liquor for human consumption, you have to pay GST. That is what section 9 subsection 1. Section 9 subsection 2 says, sir, on petroleum products alone, GST shall be imposed on such a date notified by the central government after the recommendations of the GST. So GST Council should recommend, then government comes up with a notification, and then they will impose GST on petroleum products. So that's a different story altogether again. So these are the two subsections which are very simple. So according to section 9 subsection 1, who is liable to pay GST? Are generally the taxable person, that is the supplier. Taxable person means a person who is registered or liable for registration under section 22 or 24. So generally the supplier is liable to discharge the GST obligation. Right? Who is having the burden? Who is having the burden?
So supplier is having the burden. Supplier.
Burden is on whom? Burden is on the recipient.
Customer.
End consumer.
The customer will take the burden. But the obligation, the liability to pay that tax to the government is with whom?
Supplier.
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 That is what we call as forward charge mechanism. That is what we generally call as
Forward charge mechanism.
Now, wherever it is not possible to recover the money, or wherever it is not possible to impose the responsibility on supplier, what the government has did, the government has shifted the responsibility from supplier to recipient. So who has to pay GST in this case?
Recipient.
That is what we are calling as
RCM.
reverse charge mechanism. So what do you mean by reverse charge mechanism, my dear friends? Generally, supplier is going to pay GST to the government, but in certain cases which are specified in section 9 subsection 3, not every case. In those cases where section 9 subsection 3 there is a notification under section 9 subsection 3, as per that notification, whatever the supplies covered under those that notification, on such supplies, if you are receiving such supplies as a recipient, you are supposed to pay GST to the government. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall we proceed?
Yes.
That is what we call as reverse charge mechanism. And whether goods covered under reverse charge mechanism or services covered under reverse charge mechanism.
Service.
Both goods and services are covered under reverse charge mechanism. But in our syllabus, we will be studying only services.
Okay.
Clear? Both goods and services are covered under reverse charge mechanism. But We are discussing only services in our syllabus. Am I clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
So we have to focus what are the services and which are supposed to, which are covered under RCM. Clear? Whenever you are reading the reverse charge mechanism topic, you should be clear with three things. You should be clear with three things.
Three things.
Three things. Now, number one, who is the supplier?
Mm.
Number two, who is the recipient?
Okay.
Number three, what is the nature of supply? What is the supply? Who is doing it? To whom they are doing it? That is what we have to focus. So the supplier, the recipient, and the nature of supply.
Supply.
So now let us proceed with the services covered under reverse charge mechanism. Fine. So let us come to the notification number 13/2017. So as I told you already, in case of reverse charge mechanism, what are the three areas which we have to focus? Three things. Number one, who is the supplier, who is the recipient, what is the supply. Yeah. So now first activity, what we are going to deal with is transportation of goods. What is the nature of supply, my dear friends? Transportation of goods.
Transport.
Who is doing this? Who is doing this?
Goods
The supplier. Who is the supplier?
transport agency.
Transport agency. Transport agency. GTA, goods transport agency. Goods transport agency means, in short, we can say that a person who is transporting the goods and issues a consignment note. Individual lorry owners, all these people are not covered. Only such persons who are transporting the goods and issuing consignment note, they are called as
GTA.
goods transport agencies. Goods transport agency is providing service. What is the service?
Transportation.
Transportation of goods.
Of goods by road. Transportation
Okay.
of goods by road.
Road.
Who is liable to pay GST?
So,
Recipient
recipient.
of the service.
Who is liable to pay GST? Now, sir, you told who is the supplier, who is the recipient. Who is the supplier? What is the nature of supply? But who is the recipient? Who is the recipient? Who is the
So,
recipient?
registered
Receiving
person.
this.
There are certain specified recipients. Here, there are certain specified recipients.
Recipients.
If you see who are the recipients, if you look at who are the recipients,
Recipients.
please understand. Is the font size visible? So
Yes.
please understand, transportation of goods is done. Who is doing this? GTA is providing this. Whom he is providing? He is providing it to a factory. He is providing it to a society. He is providing it to a cooperative society or any person registered under GST. He is providing it to a body corporate. He is providing it to a partnership firm. He is providing it to a casual taxable person. So please understand, in all these cases, the recipient should be registered. Factory. The factory is registered under Factories Act. Society registered under that Societies Act. Cooperative society registered under that respective Cooperative Societies Act. Or any other person. But he should be registered under what?
Yes.
GST. Should be registered under GST. Or any other body corporate. Body corporate means obviously you should have been registered. Then only you can establish the body corporate, correct?
Yes.
Partnership firm, registered or unregistered, it doesn't matter, including AOP, Association of Persons, and a casual taxable person. Who is a casual taxable person? Already you know, correct? And please understand, casual taxable person should also be registered under GST, then only RCM. If it's not registered, then no RCM. Whether there is any possibility that casual taxable person can be registered, can be unregistered.
Sir, compulsory registration, no, sir.
That is why I'm asking, like, whether there is any possibility
No.
casual
No,
taxable
sir.
person can be unregistered.
No.
Yes.
When he is supplying any handicrafted
Notified
goods.
handicraft.
Exactly. Notified handicraft.
Exceptions.
Have the relaxation. No.
Yes,
So that is okay. Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed? Right. So, what is the point here? Please understand. It's such simple. Transportation of goods by road. Who is providing this? Goods transport agency. To whom they are providing? Sir, factory, society, cooperative society, any person registered under GST or partnership firm, registered or not, including AOB. Next, casual taxable person registered under GST. For these people, if you are providing, for example, you and me normally, like you have been preparing for your CA exams in a particular city, let us assume Chennai, Bangalore, or Hyderabad. From your hometown, you have been staying in a particular location and you have been studying for the exams, you prepared, and after the exams, you are just going back. After going back, how do you carry the luggage, the books? So you are taking the services of a goods transport agency. Who is liable to pay GST? RCM will come into picture. Are you a factory registered under Factories Act? Are you a society? Are you a cooperative society? Are you a person registered under GST? Are you any partnership firm or association of persons? Are you a
No.
casual person? No. So no RCM.
Okay.
Is it clear? Is it clear? That means you should look at all the points. That is, who is the supplier, who is the recipient, what is the nature of supply. When you are talking about RCM, if all these three conditions are satisfied, then only RCM. Otherwise, no. Am I clear?
Yes.
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 Fine. So transportation of goods by road, who is providing the goods transport agency, and to the specified recipients, then RCM will come into picture. Right? But one small addition here is that generally goods transport agency services are covered under RCM. Yes.
Yes, sir.
It means RCM GST rate is 5%. GST rate is 5%.
5%.
Who should pay this? Who should pay this?
Recipient should pay.
Recipient.
Factories.
Now, please understand. Please understand. Let us assume there is a goods transport agency. There is a goods transport agency
Agency.
providing transportation of goods by road to a factory. Let us assume transportation charges are 1 lakh rupees. Now, let us assume transportation charges are 1 lakh rupees. What is the GST rate?
5.
5%. What is the GST payable? What is the GST payable?
5,000.
5,000.
5%.
Who will pay this to the government?
Recipient.
The factory will pay to the government 5,000, and hence that factory can take it as ITC or not.
Yes.
Because you have already did the chapter 6 ITC problems, now you are clear. They can take ITC. But here one small point is, who is the supplier, my dear?
GT.
Goods transport.
GT.
This fellow also might purchase something, no, for providing the outward supply.
Yes, sir.
Let us assume he is taking a lorry on rent. He is taking a lorry on rent
Lorry on rent.
from a lorry owner. So this is inward supply for the GTA. Let us assume the rent is 5,000, GST is 201. GST is 200. Now whether GTA can, who is the recipient in this case? GTA is the recipient in this case. Who can avail ITC of that 200?
GTA.
Generally, who can avail ITC? Supplier or recipient?
Recipient.
Because on my purchase only I will avail ITC. Who am I? I am a recipient. Clear? Clear? Fine. Now in this case, GTA is the recipient. They are purchasing something to sell something, correct?
Yes, sir.
I will give GTA 200 rupees ITC. What he will do with that? He will record ITC and he will provide a supply which is covered under RCM,
Awesome.
Then who will pay GST on that? My customer will go and pay. What should I do with the ITC with me?
No use.
It is used as correct.
Yes.
Then I will ask refund from the government.
Mm.
Or no? Then I will ask refund from the government. Then what government will say? Because you are getting ITC, you are asking refund. I will not give you ITC.
Okay.
Why? Because what is the business you are doing? You are doing business covered under RCM. Who will pay GST on that? Your customer will pay.
Recipient will be paid.
Correct. Let him go and pay. I'm not giving any responsibility to you. No. Why should I give you ITC?
Right.
The law says you cannot take ITC if you are making
Reverse
RCM.
charge.
RCM.
Supplies.
If you are making RCM.
RCM supplies.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Harish, 1 minute, Harish. Let me finish the concept and then you can ask the doubt. Is that clear, my dear friends? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So, point is, I am into business of making RCM supplies. Because I am providing RCM supplies, whatever I purchase, on that I cannot take ITC. You are my customer. You are my customer. I am providing RCM supply. You are my customer. Can you take ITC?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You can take ITC because you are paying
Yes,
directly
sir.
tax to the government and you are paying.
Directly to government.
Are you
Yes.
able to understand? I am
Yes,
making
sir,
RCM
yes, sir.
supplies. I am making RCM supplies means government will punish only me, not you.
Okay.
I am making RCM supplies means one disadvantage is I cannot take ITC on my purchases. Clear? Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed? So that is the point here. That is the point here. Fine. I'll share this note. No need to worry. Is that fine?
Yes.
This is something like conceptual clarity, not related to exam. They won't test that deeply in the exam, so don't worry. Only thing you have to remember is if you pay something under RCM, you can take ITC.
Okay.
But when you are paying it, you should definitely pay it in cash. So add it to the liability. That you should remember. That.
Okay.
Right? Yes. Next. Another important point is what is that we have seen? Supply. What is the supply? Transportation of goods by road. Who is the supplier? What is the nature of supply? Transportation of goods by road. Supplier is GTA. Recipient is specified recipient. Factory, society, cooperative society, blah blah blah. Now, here the point is, if it is under RCM, what is the GST rate, my dear friends?
5%.
5%. Please understand. If it is under RCM, 5%, I have a disadvantage. I cannot claim ITC. Correct?
Yes, sir.
So the law says, if you want to go under forward charge, you go under forward charge. But GST rate is 12%.
12%. Okay.
Is that clear? So,
Yes.
goods transport agencies have an option that they can charge GST at 12% and proceed with forward charge. Or they can also follow reverse charge mechanism.
No idea.
Their customers will pay 5% tax to the government. Clear? Today following forward charge, tomorrow following reverse charge, that is not possible.
Okay.
Once exercised in a financial year, that will be valid for the entire financial year. Clear?
Yes.
So that is what all about GTA services. Am I clear? Am I clear, my dear friends? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
So that is GTA services. That is GTA services. Next, let us move on to the next entry. And one more important thing is, what did you say in GTA services? What did you say in GTA services? If you are supplying GTA services to a person registered under GST, then
GST.
RCM will come into picture. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Now, sir, there are government departments or establishments, government agencies, local authorities registered under GST. Why they got registered under GST? Not because they are making taxable supplies, but because they have to follow this TDS provisions under section 51. That means while making the payments, they should deduct tax under section 51 as per the GST law also. That means to deduct tax, they should get some identification number from the department, correct? So they are getting themselves registered. Now, if GTA provides their services to these people, that also comes under RCM, or no? So later on, the lawmakers have understood this and they said, if the services provided by GTA to government department or government establishments or local authorities, it is exempt from GST. It is exempt from GST. Even if the GTA is providing services to you people, like any unregistered individual or unregistered casual taxable person, that is also exempt from GST. that we will see in chapter 4 exemptions. Is it clear? So when there is exemption, will there be any point of discussion like whether it is RCM or FCM?
No.
So because it is exempt, no need to pay tax. Then where is the point of like FCM or RCM?
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand? Is it clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So that means that government departments or establishments or local authorities registered because just to follow the provisions of section 51, not they are supplying something taxable. Just to comply with the provisions of section 51, they are getting registered. So to them, if GTA is providing services, it is exempt under GST. So there is no point of whether it is RCM or FCM. Is that clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
So entry 1, GTA services by goods transport agency, like the way by way of transporting goods by road to whom specified recipients RCM will come into picture. That is entry 1. Next, entry number 2. Entry number 2. Please understand here who are suppliers. Now there are 3 people. Now there are 3 people. Number 1, individual advocate. Number 2, senior advocate. Number 3, firm of advocates. These 3 people, individual advocate, senior advocate, or firm of advocates. These 3 people, what they will provide, what services they will do? They will come and audit your books of accounts.
Legal, sir.
They will provide legal services. To whom they are providing the legal services? They are providing legal services to a business entity located in taxable territory. Business entity, not to you and me. Individual advocate, firm of advocates, senior advocate. What do you mean by senior advocate? Senior advocate is nothing but a designation here. An advocate having a standing experience of 10 or 15 years, I guess, in bar council, not bar council. So in the bar council, based upon his standing experience, so based upon his experience in the bar council, they okay da. Fine. So based upon his experience in the bar council, he will apply for the designation for senior advocate. Clear? And he will be provided the designation by putting up certain restrictions on, like you should not do advertising or you should not do marketing, all that stuff. So senior advocate is nothing but imagine an advocate who is senior. Right. So these 3 people, individual advocate, senior advocate, or firm of advocates, providing what services? Legal services. To whom? To whom? To whom? To whom? Business entity located in taxable territory. Am I clear? Who is liable to pay GST then?
Business entity.
Business entity located.
Business entity. Right. Okay. Now the point is, sir, legal services means what? Legal services means not only representing you in the court of law, not only representing you in front of any other authorities, but also advising you. So what do you mean by legal services, my dear friends? Legal services means services provided in relation to advice, consultancy, or assistance in any branch of law. In any branch of law. That is what legal service. Right? Now the point is, sir, let us assume there is an advocate who is providing his services. Let us assume Mr. Jolly LLB, a senior advocate, providing his legal services to Mr. Imran Hashmi to file a divorce case against his wife. Whether this is coming under RCM? Sanua.
No, sir.
Whether it comes under RCM, Sanua.
No, sir. He's an
No, sir, business entity.
Why? Because Imran Hashmi is not a business entity.
service receiver.
Is it clear? Recipient is not a business entity.
Entity.
Suppose, one second. Now, same Jolly LLB is providing services to Imran Hashmi and Co, a sole proprietor entity. Legal services. Now,
RCM.
advocate providing legal services to sole proprietor. Is it coming under RCM?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yes, sir.
Business.
Is registered
Sole
under
proprietor, sole proprietor.
So, but it is business entity, right?
Business, no, sir.
So yes, business entity means anybody doing business. That means it comes, it covers even sole proprietor business. Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Sir.
Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So we are done with entry number 2. Okay, that is the entry there. Next, what is the next one now? Services provided by arbitral tribunal. To whom again? Business entity located in taxable territory. Comes under RCM. Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier?
Arbitrable.
Arbiter tribunal.
Who is the recipient?
Business entity.
Business entity. What is the nature of supply? Not mentioned any service. Obviously, what arbitral tribunal will do? They'll take up the hearings and settle the disputes, resolve the disputes. So those services are exempt from, sorry, those services are covered under reverse charge mechanism. Who is liable to pay GST?
Business entity.
Business
Business
entity.
entity is liable to pay GST. Right, okay. What is the next one, ma? Sponsorship services. Sponsorship services.
Sponsored services.
Sponsorship services. Who is the supplier?
Any person.
Sponsors.
Supplier can be any person. Supplier can be any person. Ma, in this, the second column is supplier, third column is recipient. Ma. First column is nature of supply. So what is the nature of supply?
Sponsorship
Sponsorship
service.
supplies.
Who is the supplier?
Any person.
Any person.
Any person.
Who is the recipient?
Any body
corporate body
corporate
Body
or
partnership.
Corporate or partnership firm located in taxable territory. In above two cases, what we have seen business entity located in taxable territory. In this case, it is not any business entity, it is only body corporate or partnership.
partnership firm.
Yeah. Now my doubt is Tata IPL. Who is the supplier?
Tata IPL. I mean Tata.
Who is the supplier? What Tata is doing? What Tata is doing?
Sponsoring for IPL.
Sponsor IPL.
Sponsoring for IPL. So can I say Tata is providing sponsorship services for IPL?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Right. Who will pay money to whom now?
IPL.
IPL.
Tata will pay. Tata.
IPL
will
owners.
pay to IPL board or BCCI? Whatever.
IPL owner. Yeah.
Yes, sir. Sure. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. No. Don't know.
Yes. Sir.
Yes,
So-
sir.
Yes, sir. So
Yes, sir.
IPL will pay.
Tata company will pay money to
IPL.
or IPL, whatever it is. Tata is only providing services. Tata is only paying consideration also. Huh?
So I
It is like
IPL.
it is like Vishnu taking GST lectures for you and Vishnu only paying fees for you. Vishnu is only coming and writing exam for you.
Good.
so you can try it. So
Yes, I will try it. Sure. So the point is, please understand, sponsorship service means don't imagine sponsor is the service provider. Sponsorship service means sponsor is the service recipient. Sponsorship service means advertising the sponsor's name. That is what sponsorship service is.
Okay, sir.
Clear? Tata IPL, we are endorsing Tata brand, yes or no? So that means sponsorship services. What is the sponsorship services meaning? Advertising the sponsor's name. So sponsor is the service recipient. Clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes,
So
sir.
any person providing sponsorship services to a body corporate or a partnership firm, it is coming under RCM.
Yes.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Right. Now, next. Services provided by. So nature of supply, if you see nature of supply, they said the services provided by. They didn't mention which type of service. It's all services, any service. Provided by whom? Provided by whom?
Government in general.
Government.
Provided by whom?
Central government or state government or
Government.
your local authority.
Central government to business entities.
Central government, state government, union territory or local authority.
Local authority.
Is that clear? So central government, state government, union territory or local authority is providing services to whom? Business entity located in taxable territory. Again, bet. Who is the recipient, ma?
Business entity.
Business entity in taxable territory. Clear? Fine. What is the nature of supply? They didn't mention what is the nature of supply. It can be any service.
Excluding
Any service.
Excluding. What is that? Excluding?
renting of movable property.
Excluding renting of immovable property. So renting of immovable property comes under
Exemption.
It is not coming under RCM, it comes under FCM, not exempt.
It is.
நான் FCM தான் சொன்னேன் இப்போ.
Clear? Shall we proceed? Is it clear?
Yes,
So,
sir.
Yes, sir.
excluding what number one?
Renting of
Renting
Renting
of
of
immovable
immovable
property.
Next,
seal,
postal department services. Postal department services.
speed post, parcel.
Next, services in relation to aircraft or vessel. Next,
Transportation of goods or
transportation of goods or passengers. Clear? Everyone has study material like this with you?
Yes, sir.
no, sir.
Yes or no? If
Yes,
at all
sir.
you are- right. So please understand. Please understand. All services by government are what? FCM. RCM, sorry. All services by government, central government, state government, union territory or local authority. Clear? To whom? BIT, business entity located in tax country. Clear? Comes under
RCM.
RCM, correct? But they said excluding 4 things. What are those? Number one,
Renting of immovable property.
what is it? Number one,
Renting of
Renting of immovable property.
Renting of immovable property.
immovable property. Number two,
Post office service.
postal department services.
speed post express agency service.
Postal department services. Number three, services in relation to.
Aircraft.
Aircraft and vessel.
If you write just aircraft and vessel, it will be fine for you, I guess.
Transportation.
Government providing landing and parking facilities for the aircraft or a vessel. So services in relation to aircraft or a vessel, whether inside or outside the port or airport. They are also not coming under RCM. Next,
Transport of goods.
Transportation.
top or
of
top,
goods.
transportation of passengers or transportation of goods. That means, can I say these will come under FCM?
Yes, sir.
Or going and just making a speed post to ICAI, a love letter to ICAI you are writing. My dear ICAI, thanks for accepting me as a student and making me to sacrifice so many things. So like that, you are just writing a love letter to ICAI and you are putting a speed post to ICAI president. Now what speed post taxable under GST? Whether the postal department will say now, this is the service provided by central government, you go and pay the tax under RCM. No, not possible. I already told you when we were discussing RCM, the introduction, wherever it is not convenient to collect the tax from the supplier, they have shifted the burden to the recipient.
Recipient.
Clear? So wherever it is convenient to collect it from the supplier, they will collect it from the supplier. Or wherever it is not convenient to shift the burden to the recipient, they will not shift the burden to the recipient.
Yes, sir.
Clear? So these things are covered under FCM. These things are covered under FCM. Now you will get a doubt. Sir, postal department services, what services are taxable, sir? Postal department will provide various services like money order, basic mails, like inland letter, postcard, operating savings account, or they will act as a brokers, the intermediaries, and provide various agency services. Like this, they will provide various activities. Postal department, whatever they are providing, they are exempt from GST. Please understand. Postal department services are exempt from GST, but only 4 services are taxable. Postal department services, 4 services are taxable. While discussing RCM, I am also touching exemptions. Hope you are clear with that.
Yes, sir.
So postal department services are generally exempt, except 4. Except 4. Clear? Normally, to post a letter or a cover, what you will do? You will seal the cover up.
Yes, sir.
What is the spelling?
Speed post.
Yeah.
That is taxable. S for speed post, E for express parcel post, A for agency services. like issuing bonds on behalf of any companies, collecting electricity bills on behalf of the electricity boards, all this stuff. And L for life insurance service. These are taxable, and they are taxable under
FCM.
FCM.
Exactly. Clear? Is that clear? So please understand, postal department services seal taxable FCM. Others exempt from GST. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Now this is entry 5 under RCM. They made an amendment again. They entered another RCM entry, that is entry 5A. What is entry 5A? What is entry 5A?
Hello, sir.
Regarding.
What is the nature of supply? What is the nature of supply?
Immobile property.
Renting of immobile
renting
property.
of immobile property. Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier? Central
Government,
Central
government,
government, state government,
union territory or local authority.
local authority.
Who is the recipient?
Again, a central government or state government again in that.
Recipient.
Any
Person
person
registered under GST.
Who is the recipient? Any
Person
person
registered.
registered under GST.
GST Act.
Just now in entry 5, you said renting of immovable property by government is FCM. Now again, what you say? Renting of immovable property by government is RCM.
The business entity, sir.
Business entity. The difference is if you are registered under GST, you take any shop on rent from the government, RCM. If you are not registered, government only will pay tax on that. Simple. Am I clear? Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please understand, renting of immovable property by government to any person registered under GST will come under RCM as per entry 5A. So that means if you are not registered under GST, then it is FCM. Government only will go and pay tax on it. Am I clear? Now shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
See, for example, Greater Chennai Corporation, a local authority. Let us assume Greater Chennai Corporation is a local authority. It is renting a shop to whom? My Hair Saloons, a sole proprietor business,
FCM.
which is not registered under GST.
FCM.
Taxable or exempt?
Taxable.
Taxable only, no doubt.
FCM.
But FCM or CMR?
FCM.
FCM.
FCM. Sir, the same Greater Chennai Corporation, the local authority, is renting a shop to CA Inter VIP's partnership firm.
So RCM.
Registered under GST. RCM. So simple renting of immovable property is a service. Who is providing?
Okay.
Government.
Government
Who is providing? Government. If you are registered, you pay tax. If you are not registered, government will pay tax. Simple.
Okay.
Clear? Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Next. Entry number 5B, 5C, you can just ignore, not an issue. It says like transfer of development rights and floor space index or any long-term lease done by any person to a promoter is covered under RCM. These are something related to real estate, will not be tested at your level, don't worry. Shall we proceed? Just remember for time being, transfer of development rights or floor space index by any person. Supplier can be any person. Recipient is promoter. Promoter means here what? Not company promoters like what you read in companies like not that promoter. Promoter here means the person who will
Builder.
the builder. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Right. Come to point number 6, important. Let us see the point. What is that? Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier?
Director.
Director of the company.
Director. Who is the supplier? Director. Vishnu, director means not movie director. Huh? So director
Of a company.
is providing his services to company or a
Body
Body.
corporate. Company or a body corporate. Located in taxability.
Taxable.
Clear? Other than company, you have any example for body corporate?
LLP, sir.
LLP is a body corporate. Yes or no? Any organization where the liability of the members is limited is a body corporate. So you are providing your services as a director of any company or any other body corporate, you will get director's remuneration, yes or no?
Yes.
You will get director's remuneration.
Remuneration.
On that means you are providing services to the company. You should get GST registration and pay GST on that, correct? So the law says, no, hold on. Director, you don't have that responsibility. Let the company take that responsibility. Clear? So director providing his services to a company or a body corporate, who is liable to pay GST, my dear friends?
Company.
or a body corporate.
Company or the body corporate. Here, one interesting thing is, generally, tell me whether director is an employee of a company or not.
Yes.
Depends on circumstances.
Director is not an employee of the company, so
Okay.
Also.
So it depends actually. As Santosh already told, it depends whether you treat him as an employee or not. What if I treat him as an employee? What if I treat him as
FCM.
sorry?
There will be employer and employee relationship.
If there is employer and employee relationship, so what?
It will be negative supply, sir.
Adira, don't say exempt, I will kill you.
Schedule 3 negative supply, sir.
It is given in schedule 3 negative list. It is neither supply of good nor supply of service. So it is not at all a supply. Please understand.
The remuneration.
Please understand.
You will not receive.
Yes. Please understand. I am working as an employee in TCS company, let us assume. I am getting, let us assume 5 lakhs per month salary. Let us assume from TCS company I am getting 5 lakhs salary per month. Why they are giving me that salary? Because I am providing my services to the company.
Services. Yes.
That means I am the supplier. Making 5 lakh worth supply to TCS company. That means per annum how much? Per annum how much? 60 lakhs.
60 lakhs.
Per annum I am making 60 lakh turnover. Just yesterday or day before yesterday we read the threshold limit for registration. Now I become liable for GST registration. So I should collect GST from the government, from the company and pay it to the government. Yes or no? That means you are asking all the employees in the country who are drawing more than 20 lakh salary per annum to go get GST registered and pay GST. If that is the case, that's all. Government is gone. Yes or no?
Yes.
Are you able to understand? That is going to be a very harsh provision. You are going to ask employees who is drawing a salary of more than 20 lakh per annum to get registered under GST, correct? So we came up with a relaxation. What is that? Schedule 3 says that employee providing any services to employer, please don't treat it as supply of goods. Please don't treat it as supply of service.
Okay.
That means don't treat it as supply at all.
Fine.
Clear? So if a director is an employee, fine. No need to worry. Why? Because it is neither supply of good nor supply of service. What if you are not treating director as an employee? That means you are treating him as a professional and paying director's remuneration. Is it a supply? Is it a supply?
Yes.
Is it covered under RCM? Yes.
Yes.
Company is liable to pay GST. Am I clear? So point is simple, my dear friends. If you are treating the director as an employee, obviously it is neither supply of good nor supply of service. But if you are not treating the director as an employee, then
It is
supply.
supply
Covered
of
under.
RCM.
How
Same.
does the department know whether I am treating him as an employee or not?
They have a
On what basis? For example,
direct
I have avoided GST. One fine day they came for the audit and they have asked. I said, employee, I am treating as employee. What is the
Income
basis
tax.
that can decide?
Income tax, TDS.
Exactly.
TDS
What are
section.
TDS? If he is an employee, you would have deducted TDS under what section?
192B.
192.
92B.
Right? If at all he is not an employee, TDS under section?
194J.
For professionals, what is the
J.
TDS?
194J. sir.
Yes, sir.
194 J. 194
JB.
J. Clear up? Fine. Is it clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes,
Director
sir.
That
report
is
also you
based
can
upon under which section you have deducted TDS. That will add as a basis for deciding what should I do. If you are going with 192 salary, no reverse charge, nothing. If you are treating it as 194J, professional fees, RCM. Am I clear?
Okay.
Now, if you summarize the director services, one second, sir, one second. If you summarize the director services, sir, director services, I'm classifying it under 192, deducting TDS under 192. What will happen? Either supply of good, not supply of service, not at all a supply. Correct?
Yes.
First of all, I am not treating him as an employee. I am not treating him as an employee. Again, there is one more thing. If you remember Schedule 3, sir, if you are acting as a director of a body established by central government or established by state government or local authority, then it is neither supply of good nor supply of service. Clear? That means, sir, director employee means employer-employee relationship. Schedule 3, neither supply of good nor supply of service. In Schedule 3, there is one more entry, that is, if you are acting as a director, chairperson, or a member of a body established by central government, state government, or local authority, it is neither treated as supply of good nor supply of service. Are you able to recollect? Are you
Yes.
able to recollect that point? So, please understand, if you are acting as a director of a company or a body established by central government, you are independent director of BSNL company. Is it a body established by central government?
Yes, sir.
So, is it a supply?
No.
No, it is neither treated as supply of good nor supply of service because of Schedule 3. You are acting as an independent director. My independent director means not an employee. Please understand.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, you are acting as an independent director of a TCS company. Now, no employer-employee relationship. It is not a body established by central government, state government, or local authority. Then finally, what?
Supply of
It is
service,
maximum.
taxable under
It
RCM.
is treated as supply of service. It is treated as supply of service,
Supply of
and it is
service.
coming under RCM.
RCM.
In your notes, whatever I am going to share, you will be seeing these two things: SOG, SOS. SOG, supply of good; SOS, supply of services. Yes,
Okay.
so be clear with that. Am I clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So, what is the summary of director services? So, director services, is he an employee? Yes.
Yes.
Not at all a supply. He is not an employee, sir. Is your organization a body established by central government, state government, or local authority? Yes.
Yes.
Then also it is not a
No
supply.
supply.
No, sir, my organization is not a body established by central government, state government, or local authority. Then
Taxable
then it is
services.
Supply of
supply taxable
service.
under RCM.
RCM.
Right. Next, simple things: supply of services by an insurance agent to an insurance company. First of all, tell me whether an insurance agent is an employee of the company or not.
Yes.
Right away, it goes
Yes.
under Schedule 3. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Then again, what is the point of RCM?
He is an independent agent.
Insurance agent is not an employee of insurance company.
Okay.
Have you seen LIC advertisement? Become an LIC agent, be your own boss.
Yes,
Have
sir.
you heard that at least, or have you seen that advertisement?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Become an LIC agent, be your own boss. Right. Let us proceed. Next, entry number 7. So, insurance agent providing service to insurance company. What is the service? Insurance agent is bringing insurance business to the company. Clear? He is bringing the customers, for which he is generating the commission. On that, who is liable to pay GST?
Insurance company.
Recipient. Who is the recipient here?
Insurance company.
Insurance company. Yes, yes, yes. Next, what is the next one? Recovery agent. What do you mean by recovery agent?
Debts will
Recovery
be
agent
recovered.
providing his services to banking companies, financial institutions, non-banking financial companies. What do you mean by this?
Sir, the
Recovering
one
the debt, sir.
that covers the money.
Normally in movies we'll be seeing, no,
Bhairava.
if at all you have taken some loans or credit card bills you have not paid, some people will come politely and request you to make the payment.
Yes, sir.
And if you are not making the payment, what they will do, they will throw you in there and will be beating you like, and you'll be flying, right? So such type of scenes we have seen, right, in the movies. So they are called as recovery agents.
Okay.
So their job is to recover money from the public who have taken the loans and who have not paid them. And for the amount of recovery done by them, they will get some commission from these banks or financial institutions. That means recovery agent is providing services to bank. On that, who is liable to pay GST? The bank is liable.
Bank.
Right?
Bank.
Any clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
What is the next entry? Next. Look at entry number 9. Look at entry number 9. So what is this entry, my dear friends? Who is the supplier? Supplier is a music composer or a photographer or an artist like your Vishnu sir. So if they are the suppliers, to whom they are providing the services? They are
To the
providing
music
services
company.
to a music company or a producer. Every area located in taxable territory is common. I'm not discussing about. Who is the supplier? Music composer,
Music composer.
photographer,
Photographer,
artist,
artist.
providing the services to a music company or a producer. What is the nature of supply is what important. What is the nature of supply?
Copyrights. Transferring
Transfer
use
or
of-
permitting to use or enjoyment of a copyright. Copyright registered under section, covered under section 13 subsection 1 clause A of Copyright Act 1957. They should have taken copyright. Copyright on what? Copyright on their original drama or the music or the artistic works. On that, they should have taken the copyright and they are allowing a music company or a producer to use that copyright. For that, they are getting royalty or whatever the consideration. On that, who is liable to pay GST? That music company or that particular producer. Here you should understand is it is permitting to use or enjoy some copyright.
Okay.
It's not like just like that I composed some song, music, and I'm allowing you to use that, and whatever you pay, that comes under RCM. No. I should have composed it and I should have got the copyright for that.
Yes, sir.
And I am allowing you to use that in RCM. Earlier, in this category, there was one more fellow, that is author.
Author.
Okay.
The same entry, if you see entry number 9, earlier in the same entry, there was author also. Author was also there in entry number 9, but later on they made an amendment and they have brought it under entry number 9A, saying that author providing services to publisher. What is that he is providing? Sir, he is allowing the publisher to use his copyright related to original
Literary works.
works. For example, let us assume I am writing a book called How to Become a CA in 30 Days. And I am giving the, please understand, I should have got copyright for that first. And that copyright I am giving to the publisher to just use that original literature work, publish the books and sell them, so that for each book you will pay me the royalty. There, he is liable to, the publisher is liable to pay GST on that. Yeah. So then why did they make amendments here? Why did they make a new entry? Now they gave option to the author. Author can go for RCM or FC.
Okay.
This option we have seen for GTA alone, we have seen.
Yes.
It is not given to
Perfect.
everybody. Please understand, it is not given to everybody.
Great.
It is given to GTA
Author.
over here, and now it is author.
Author.
We are
Okay.
coming across author. Am I
Author.
clear? So that is what the point here. However, an author can choose to pay tax under forward charge mechanism as well. Is that clear? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. That is what entry number 9A. And here you have to focus that it should be a copyright. Please focus on that. It should be a copyright and you are allowing them to enjoy. Fine. What is the next one? Entry number 10. Entry number 10, you should focus on who is the supplier. Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier? Members
Overseeing
of
committee
overseeing
constituted.
Overseeing committee is a committee established by Reserve Bank of India, so that the Reserve Bank of India will get some advisory services. From these overseeing committee members regarding standard and substandard assets in banking sector. Don't ask me too much about that. I don't know anything. So the point is, members of this overseeing committee are providing services to RBI. For that, RBI is paying them some consideration. Who is liable to pay GST on that?
RBI.
RBI. Next, entry number 11. What is entry number 11, my dear friends?
Supplied by
Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier? Who is the
Direct
supplier? Who is the supplier?
Direct selling agent.
Direct selling
Indirect
agent.
selling agent, individual direct selling agent.
Other than body
Direct
corporate.
selling agents.
Individual direct selling agent other than a body corporate partnership or LLP.
LLP.
To whom they are providing the services?
To be
To a banking company or
Banking
NBFC.
company
in
or
GT.
NBFC located in taxable territory. What do you mean by selling agent? Who sells your products?
Okay.
Correct. If I say that fellow is a selling agent of a bank or selling agent of an NBFC, what he will sell? He will sell bank furniture, bank AC.
No, sir.
No.
Sell the products of the bank, correct?
The policies, yes.
What are the products of the bank? The loans, the deposits.
Loans,
Correct?
credit
It
card.
can be home loan, it can be mortgage loan, it can be personal loan, it can be car loan, it can be marriage loan, it can be divorce loan, whatever it is. So the point is, he will be selling those products. That means direct selling agents will bring the customers to the bank. They will sell the products to the customers. Bank products. What are the products? Like these loans and deposits, for which bank will pay commission to these people. Banks will pay commission to these
Commission to
people.
this agent.
So on that, who is liable to pay GST?
Banking.
Bank.
Thanks.
But only thing is, if you are an individual direct selling agent, RCM will come into picture. If you are a partnership firm, got the direct selling agent license from a bank, no
FCM.
RCM. If it is a body corporate, no RCM. It is FCM only. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
So that is another story. Individual direct selling agent services are covered under RCM. But if it is a partnership firm or a body corporate or partner, LLP, then the direct selling agent services are covered under FCM. Okay. Next. Just remember these things, ma. Business facilitator providing services to whom? Banking company. Banking company. RCM. I don't have time to discuss who is a business facilitator, who is a business correspondent, all this stuff. So here there is a note written. I'll share the notes. When you have the time, you can just go through, or else just remember business facilitator. Business facilitator providing services to banking company covered under RCM. And not business correspondent, agent of business correspondent. Providing services to business correspondent. Who is liable to pay GST?
Business
correspondent.
Business correspondent.
There are two parties here: business facilitator, business correspondent. Business facilitator to bank comes under RCM.
Okay.
Agent of business correspondent to business correspondent comes under RCM.
RCM.
Agent of.
Agent of business facilitator to business facilitator.
FCM.
Agent
FCM.
of business facilitator to business
FCM.
facilitator.
FCM.
Business correspondent to bank.
FCM.
Exactly. Yes, yes.
Next. What is next one? Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier?
Any
Any
person.
person other than a body corporate. Any person other than a body corporate.
Corporate.
Who is the recipient?
Registered person located.
Registered under what?
Yes.
Registered under GST.
Registered person. Okay.
Registered person who is registered under GST. What is the nature of supply?
Security.
Security services.
Security services. What do you mean by security services?
The
Providing
body.
security.
Person.
So
Okay.
supplying security guards. All this stuff. Security services. See, what do you mean by security services, ma? Services provided by way of supply of security personnel. You will be seeing some malls. You will be going to malls, correct?
Yes.
So in the mall, you will be finding some security guards
Yes, sir.
outside the gate, inside the mall, all the stuff, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
Let us assume I am the owner of the mall and there are 30 security guards required at any point of time in the mall. Because we have so much of like entry gates, exit points, all the stuff. So we need at least 30 people 24/7 in the mall. Suddenly one fellow says, "Sir, I am resigning, sir." Then what should I do? Next day, early morning, 10 o'clock, I should conduct an interview for security guard. What is your name? What did you study? At night, what time you will sleep? Before sleeping, which brand you will use? All this stuff I cannot ask him. Correct? So the point is, what we will do? We will outsource this activity to some other agencies where they will charge you monthly 10 lakhs. Let us assume. They will take care of always keeping 30 people there. It is not my headache. So they are providing security services to me. Clear? So who is the supplier? Who should be the supplier? Any person other than body corporate. Any person other than body corporate. Who is the recipient? Registered
Registered
under
person.
GST. Then security services are covered under.
RCM.
Yeah.
See, for example, bodyguard security and co partnership firm. Bodyguard security and co partnership firm. Supplying security services 10 lakh per month to whom? To Kapoor's and Kapoor's Family Private Limited, registered under GST.
RCM.
What is the
Supply
nature?
and RCM.
First of all, what is the nature of supply?
Security
Security
service.
service.
Who is the supplier? Who is the supplier?
Partnership firm.
partnership firm.
Partnership firm.
Yes.
Is it a body corporate?
No.
Yes.
No.
It is not a body corporate. Partnership firm is not a body corporate.
No.
Clear? Condition
Yes.
satisfied. Who is the
Yes.
recipient? Who is the recipient?
Person registered under GST.
Person registered under GST. So all the conditions satisfied. RCM, FCM.
RCM.
RCM.
Same body corporate. Bodyguard security and co partnership firm providing security services to Miss Kareena Kapoor, registered under GST. RCM, FCM.
RCM.
Kareena Kapoor is a body corporate. Huh?
So she is a recipient.
So it is no matter.
Simple again. Nature of supply is security services. Huh? Who is the supplier? Any person other than
Any
body
person
corporate.
other than corporate.
Satisfied. Huh? Satisfied. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Who is the recipient? Kareena Kapoor.
Kareena Kapoor.
Registered under GST. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What is the requirement in law? Any person registered under GST. It is not body
Yes.
corporate.
That's
Registered
true.
under GST. So it is again under RCM. Am I
RCM.
clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Same way, for example, see Sallubai Security Services Private Limited providing security services. Who is Sallubai Security Services Private Limited? Is it a
Body corporate. Yes, he's a body corporate.
Will it come under RCM?
No, FCM.
Right away,
No,
condition
it's
violated.
FCM.
No matter who is the recipient, it is FCM only always.
Yes, sir.
Clear?
Yes,
Guys,
sir. Yes,
please
sir.
understand, we should always focus on supplier, recipient, nature of supply.
Okay.
Supplier, recipient, and nature of.
Yes, sir. Supply.
Am I clear?
Yes.
So this is the point there. Next. But however, nothing contained in this entry shall apply to again the government department, government establishment, or local
Exemptions.
authority who have registered themselves because of what reason? Because of what reason?
TDS under the income
To deduct
tax.
TDS under section 51. For that purpose, they have registered. Now, sir, security agency, individual or partnership firm, providing services to this government department or government agencies or local authority
Yes.
who are registered RCM or FCM. FCM only, RCM will not apply.
Yes.
Even though they are satisfying the condition, RCM will not apply. It is FCM. Yeah. And one more interesting thing is you are registered under GST, but if you are under composition scheme, you are under composition scheme,
Commission scheme.
then also RCM will not apply for this entry, for this security services
Okay.
entry. If you are registered under GST, you are a government agency, government department, or local authority. Why you are registered? Because of section 51. RCM will not apply. That means FCM. Same way, you are registered under GST, but you are under composition scheme. RCM will not apply. FCM.
Okay.
Am I clear? Am I clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Please understand, attending the lecture now and responding is not only sufficient. You should revise immediately. It is very important.
Okay, sir.
Next, what is the next one now? Who is the supplier?
E-commerce operator.
Oi. What is the next entry? Straight away, like in your old edition, like over RCM, so straight away you went to e-commerce operator. Fine, there is entry number 15.
Any person other than body corporate.
Any
Supplier.
person other than body corporate again. Who is the recipient?
Any body
Body
corporate
corporate
located.
located and tax subjected.
Yes. Supplier? Any person other than body corporate. Recipient?
Body corporate.
Body
What
corporate.
is the nature of supply? What is the nature of supply?
Renting of
Renting of any motor vehicle.
Use of any motor vehicle designed for what purpose?
Carry passenger.
That means can I take lorry as example here?
No.
No,
No, sir.
No, it cannot be taken. Only motor vehicle designed to carry passengers.
passenger.
You are renting such motor vehicle where you are also including cost of fuel.
Mm.
Let us take just for example Zoom cars. Renting a car and fuel also they will be like, let us assume they are giving the vehicle with a tank full petrol, tank full of diesel. So if at all I am renting a car, their cost of fuel is also included in the rental charges. Of course, nowadays because of the fuel prices, nobody will do that. Obviously, I guess. But still, if they are renting the motor vehicle by including the cost of fuel, in such case, who is the supplier? Any person other than body corporate. Who is the recipient? Any body corporate. Then it is coming under RCM. It's coming under RCM. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
But please understand, however, this supplier has an option to go with FCM also.
Okay.
This person has an option to go with FCM also. Is that clear? So now see for example, renting of any motor vehicle, including cost of fuel,
To carry passenger.
Supplier is non-body corporate, the recipient is body corporate. Then if he wants to go under RCM, can he go under RCM? Yes. If he wants to go under FCM, he can go for FCM. Yes. If he is going for RCM, GST rate is 5%. If he is going for FCM, GST rate is
12%.
12%. Clear?
Yes, sir.
6 plus 6, 6% CGST, 6% SGST. 2.5% CGST, 2.5% SGST. If you are making any RCM supplies, what is the restriction, ma? Any RCM supply, if you're making, if you're purchasing
No,
something,
I-
you do not take ITC. Yeah?
But
Hope you are clear with that. ITC is restricted.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Here, now the point is, please understand, a small complicated point. If I am making RCM supplies, I am purchasing something, can I take ITC?
No.
no, sir.
ITC is blocked. Correct? Here in this case, ITC is not blocked, ITC is just restricted.
Okay.
That means you can take ITC, but on what?
Same
How
line
many ITC on the input services in same line of business? What is your business? Renting of motor vehicles along with the cost of fuel, correct?
Yes.
All my motor vehicles have been already rented.
Mm.
Now I got a client. I should rent a motor vehicle. I don't have the motor vehicle. I am taking the motor vehicle on rent from you. You're also including cost of fuel in that. And I am renting the same motor vehicle to somebody else, including the cost of fuel. From you, whatever I purchase is nothing but for the same line of business.
Yes, sir.
So the purchase made from you, I can take ITC.
Okay.
Is it clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In this entry only that relaxation, not in every entry.
Yes.
Shall we
So I
proceed?
have a doubt in this.
Yes, yes.
It's like எல்லா entryலயுமே வந்து ITC is blocked, you are telling.
Yes.
What if our ITC is higher than the tax which is paid by the recipient? It's like we are providing like 5% supply. Our output tax is like 5%, but the ITC what we have to get is like 12%. ITC generally we can get refund from government, no? If this
Your
is the case.
concern is I am paying higher amount of taxes on purchases, but I am not getting ITC.
Yes, just because of RCM, yes.
See, whether your output tax rate is less or high, you are paying taxes on your inward supplies, on your purchases,
Yes.
which you are not able to get any benefit.
Yes.
So in that case, what you will do, you will simply add it to the cost and you will increase your cost. That's all. Generally, the business person, what he will do, he is paying something, he is not getting any benefit. What he will do, he will add it to the cost.
Yes.
He will increase the sale price.
Yeah, okay.
That way they will recover.
Fine, sir.
Yes. So please understand. Normally, if you are making RCM supplies, whatever the taxes paid on purchases, you cannot take ITC.
Okay.
But in this case alone, they gave a small relaxation that you can take ITC only on the similar line of business.
Okay.
For the purchases made in the similar line of business, same line of business. So suppose if I am not a body corporate, supplier is a body corporate, whether this RCM will apply, it is automatically FCM. Suppose supplier is non-body corporate only, recipient is also non-body corporate, then then also RCM will not apply. FCM will come into picture. What are the conditions? Supplier is a non-body corporate, recipient is a body corporate, and
Body
what is the
corporate.
nature of supply? What is the nature of supply?
Renting of motor vehicle.
Renting of
Renting
motor
of
vehicle to
vehicle.
carry passenger, cost of fuel
Which is designed to
included.
carry passengers, which includes
Cost of
fuel.
fuel.
Your rental charges includes cost of fuel.
Okay.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Next, one last entry under RCM, that is lender and borrower. What is this, sir? Any person to any person. What is this? Lending of securities. Lending of securities under Securities Lending Scheme 1997. Just remember that. Don't go into detail. No need to go into details. Shall we proceed? Somebody is providing lending of security services to somebody. RCM. Clear? Right. So that is what section 9 subsection 3. Section 9 subsection 3. Am I clear? There are 16 entries covered under RCM. Please make sure you are revising them.
Fine, sir.
Shall we proceed? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Section 9 subsection 4. Let us understand section 9 subsection 4 also. As we were discussing, somebody asked me doubt on this, like purchases from unregistered person, you have to pay GST under RCM. That was section 9 subsection 4 earlier. Whatever you purchase from unregistered person, you have to pay tax under RCM. After 3 months, government has understood the seriousness, and from 13th October 2017, they kept it on hold. That means the implementation of section 9 subsection 4 itself has been kept on hold for years.
Okay.
Later on, they came up with an amendment in section 9 subsection 4. What did they do? Just like for section 9 subsection 3, what they did, they specified certain activities.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Same way for section 9 subsection 4 also, they specified certain activities.
Okay.
And if you understand what is the difference between section 9 subsection 3 and subsection 4, in subsection 3 you will not worry about the nature of supplier, whether he is registered under GST or unregistered under GST.
Yeah.
It depends upon entry to entry, correct?
Yes, yes, yes.
So supplier registered or unregistered, it depends upon entry. But section 9 subsection 4, definitely supplier is unregistered.
Okay.
Definitely supplier is unregistered. Recipient is registered. Recipient is registered. And what he is purchasing now, please understand here, for time being, section 9 subsection 4 is completely dedicated for promoters.
Okay.
Completely dedicated for promoters.
Promoters.
So what is that promoter purchasing now? Please understand, I am constructing a building. What I'll do, I'll take a land. The land owner or owner is nothing but you. You don't have money to develop the land. What I'm coming and doing, I'm coming and making an offer to you. So I will construct 4 floors apartments here. You take 2 floors, I will take 2 floors. Let me allow to construct this. So I'm starting the construction. The law says Vishnu as a builder or as a promoter, real estate is the area where there is a very good tax leakage actually. So what the government is saying, you Mr. Promoter, when you are doing the construction activity, you are purchasing something, right? You purchase bricks, you purchase steel, you purchase cement, you purchase various other products. Make sure at least 80% of your purchases are from registered person.
5%.
80%, at least 80% of your total purchases should be from registered person.
5%. Okay.
Sir, I'm constructing a factory somewhere outskirts of the city, or I'm building house apartments outskirts of the city, where I should purchase sand from unregistered fellow, where I should purchase bricks from unregistered fellow. So there are cases where I should purchase something from unregistered person. So what the law says? What the law says? The law says I am giving you 20%. No, use it 20%. That is why I gave you 20% relaxation at least. Please be happy with that. So you can purchase something from unregistered person, maximum 20%.
Sir,
I have purchased 100 lakh worth material. That means how much I can purchase from unregistered person?
20 lakh.
20 lakhs. I purchased 25 lakhs. Then whatever is the extra component, 5 lakhs is there, no?
Yes, sir.
On that you pay tax under RCM.
Okay.
Is that clear, my dear friends? Is that clear?
Yes, yes.
At what rate? 18%. At what rate? 18%.
18%.
18%.
But if at all you have purchased cement, pay 28%.
Okay.
From a registered person, you should not purchase more than 20% of your total purchases. If you
Okay.
purchase whatever has exceeded 20% component, that excess amount alone will be subjected to RCM at 18%. But if it includes the cement, then it is 28%. Then it is 28%. And yes.
Sir, Ajama Purila, sir.
You're constructing a building.
Okay, sir.
The law says whatever your purchases are there, 100 lakh worth purchases are there. What you should do, only 20% of the purchases can be procured from unregistered person. That means out of 100 lakhs, how much you can procure from unregistered person?
20
lakhs. But if you see your total purchases, 25 lakhs worth goods you have purchased from unregistered fellow only.
Okay, sir.
How much extra you have purchased?
5 lakhs.
On that, pay 18% GST and come out under RCM.
Okay.
Under RCM.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
RCM, okay.
Under RCM, you should pay GST on that 5 lakhs extra amount because you are earlier no there, you have purchased, but purchased from unregistered person.
Okay.
So 20% I have allowed, but you are going more than 20%. So you pay under RCM. That is what the law says. Clear? But if you have purchased cement from unregistered person, the GST rate is 28%. RCM the GST rate is 28%.
28%. Excess.
Excess. Right.
Sir, in this, I have a doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, if that in the cement case, buying sand in the cement case, if I am buying sand, building blocks and cement, and if the total value of supply includes cement, then the whole value of supply will be taxed at 28%. Or the cement
Portion alone 28%. Cement portion alone. Out of that 5 lakhs, 2 lakhs is cement. 2 lakhs into 28%. 3 lakhs into 18%.
Okay.
Is that clear? Is that clear?
Sir, base pani sum irka, sir?
Some
say irka, sir, base pani.
The last thing is they have specified some capital goods. Are a promoter, if you purchase this capital good, RCM. Like that, they have specified the capital goods. If you are purchasing that, then RCM. Yeah, that is what section 9, subsection 4. Just discussed to make sure you won't feel like any surprise in the exam. Right? Apart from that, I don't see this will be tested in the exam. Fine? Shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
So that is what section 9, subsection 4. Then what is the next one? Section 9, subsection
5.
Now section 9, subsection 5. What is section 9, subsection 5?
E-commerce operator.
What e-commerce operator? E-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. E-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. So first we have started section 9 saying supplier is liable to pay GST. Then you said the recipient is liable to pay GST. Now e-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. Whether e-commerce operator is liable to pay, whether e-commerce operator is a supplier or recipient here?
It's neither a supplier nor a recipient.
Middleman, sir.
Fine. So e-commerce operator is neither supplier nor recipient.
Recipient.
He is an intermediary who is facilitating the transaction there. Fine. So please understand here every e-commerce operator is not covered. They said e-commerce operator providing specified services. Services, not again goods. Amazon is not covered here. Flipkart is not covered here. Because they are e-commerce operator? No, it is not that way. Please understand, e-commerce operator which is enabling to provide certain specified services through it, in such cases, e-commerce operator is liable to pay GST. So what are the services specified here for section 9, subsection 5? Now, accommodation services, example, make my trip, OYO, all these things. Next, transportation of passengers by motor cab, maxi cab, motorcycle, Ola, Uber, Rapido. Next, housekeeping services, we'll be seeing urban company or urban club. So these people are, this type of supplies are covered here.
Okay.
Clear? Not every e-commerce operator. Only e-commerce operator making this specified services through it. And this is not there in your syllabus. Like what are the services specified is not there in your syllabus. Earlier it was there and later on removed. So don't worry about the nature of supplies here. Only remember specified services supplied through e-commerce operator. Who is liable to pay GST?
E-commerce operator.
Commerce
Tell me,
operator.
for the e-commerce operator to provide these services, whether he should have any place of business in India?
No, sir.
Not necessary, sir.
Should he have any physical presence in India? Should he have any physical presence in India?
Not necessary.
Not required, right?
Yeah.
So if the e-commerce operator doesn't have physical presence in India, then
The representative.
The agent representing him.
so
will
then
be-
any person representing such e-commerce operator for any purpose in India, that fellow will be liable.
Okay.
Any person representing for any purpose will be liable for GST also. Sir, I don't have physical presence. I don't have any person representing me in India for any purpose. Then
Point a person.
lady buffalo
Appoint.
appoint a person in India just for discharging GST liability. That is what the law says. Am I clear?
Okay.
Am I clear? So e-commerce operator is liable to pay GST for the specified services supplied through it, not by it, not to it, through it. Clear? If the e-commerce operator doesn't have any physical presence in India, then
appoint
Any
someone.
agent
Point.
or
any
by
person,
someone.
Appoint a
any person
person.
representing such e-commerce operator for any
Returns.
purpose is liable. Clear? Suppose he is not having physical presence and also not having.
Any person representing him, then appoint one.
They shall appoint.
Yes, exactly. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Shall we proceed?
Yes,
So that
sir.
is what section 9, subsection 5. That is what section 9. Am I clear?
Yes,
So we are
sir.
done with section 9.
Subsection 9, section 9.
So the next section is section number 10.
Composition scheme.
What is section 10?
Composition scheme.
Composition scheme. Yes. Shall we take that in tomorrow's lecture? Composition scheme. So I'll share this handout to you, the PDF version. So please make sure you are revising that one. That is more than sufficient. So our agenda will be like, see, please understand next the topics which are pending and which are yet to be discussed is number 1, amendments we have to discuss.
Okay.
The first importance. Next thing we'll discuss
Exemption, sir.
The RTPs.
that is no RTP's essay discussion, that is different segment altogether. So amendment
9th and 10th chapter.
section 9 over now.
Adulu sir, 9th and 10th chapter, sir. Payment of tax or returns.
Chapter 9 payment of tax is nothing but a waste chapter. In that there is only one thing important, that is utilization of ITC balance. Section
Okay, sir.
49, 49A, 49B that we have already discussed in ITC.
Yes, sir.
Clear. So remaining things not an issue. I'll just share the handout. It is a 7-page chapter. No, very simple. You can go through. It's not a big deal. Returns I will discuss. Chapter 10 returns, the types of returns, because recently they are testing the types of returns in the main exam. So we'll discuss the types of returns. That topic I will discuss. And next I will cover 7, 8, 10. Section 7, 8, 10, because recently they are testing this section 8 actually composite supply and mixed supply. So that I will discuss. So tomorrow what shall we do now? We'll take up returns first and then we'll discuss section 8. Or let us take section 7 and 8 together, no issues. So section 7 also I'll discuss tomorrow. So let us have a target of tomorrow. Returns, section 7 and section 8. So let this be the target. And after this, let us go with section 10 and important exceptions the next day. Here. And the final day we'll discuss with amendments to RTPs we will solve in the classroom. Is it clear? Is it clear, ma'am? So let
Yes,
us
sir.
have another 3-day lectures. So tomorrow returns section 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Okay.
Next day section
10.
10 and important exemptions.
Yeah.
Next final day, let us discuss amendments and we'll solve in the classroom 2 RTPs.
Okay, sir.
If time permits, we'll go with the suggested answers also, the last 2 attempts. Otherwise, you can, however, just I will share you the suggested answer question papers and you can solve it on your own and you can just ping me personally in WhatsApp like that, like what is your doubts, all the stuff. So we can just have a tracking over your preparation. Clear?
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Right. So that will be the agenda. So our last class will be on 22, 23,
24th,
24, the Sunday.
Sunday. Okay.
Right?
Yes,
So
sir.
Sunday will wind up the batch. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, guys, please do revise. Please do revise whatever we have discussed today. I'll share you the handout, whatever we are using now, so that you can just refer the notes, the highlighted points. You can just focus more on the stuff. But please make sure you are revising without any fail. Clear? So we'll see you all in tomorrow's lecture the same time, 7:30. Till then, this is your CA Vishnuvardan signing off. Thank you. Jai.